know you haven't been back long, but I prepared a list of missions for you. Open your iDroid.
Please select a mission.
I've taken the job offers Diamond Dogs has received and made a list of those I want you to consider. Which ones you accept is your call. The objectives of the missions I've added are prisoner rescue, facility sabotage, and high-value target elimination. Probably all a walk in the park for you, but they should help you get back on your feet. Put the mission details on a cassette tape. Refer to it if you decide to accept the mission. We'll receive GMP for completing missions, and extracting soldiers and prisoners will boost our ranks. Building up Mother Base is the first step to achieving our goal. If that means wet work, so be it. We're gonna have to get our hands dirty. I hope you're rested up, because we're not stopping. Not until the pain is gone. The future of Diamond Dogs is in your hands. We're counting on you, boss.
No pressure. Got it.
Mission accepted. Heading to Afghanistan.
Oh boy. Hold up. I need to. Oh, well, guess I'm doing this.
Ocelot. I hear they started calling you Shalashaska in Afghanistan. What's that about?
You know the term Sharashka? It's slang for a suspicious, hastily thrown together organization. The word became associated with the type of forced labor facility in the Soviet Gulag system. OKB scientists and engineers who'd been convicted of crimes were sent to a Sharashka for forced R&D. The Sharashkas were supervised by Lavrenti Beria of the NKVD, the secret police, under the official name 4th Special Department.
Forced research? That's not very different from what we do here.
Diamond Dogs is different. Everyone here believes in you. Regardless of where they came from or why they're here, they revere you. And they're fighting because it was their choice.
And if it wasn't, they'd leave?
Who knows? That's our reality here, whether it's real or not. If there's another truth, I don't want to know it. All that matters is that's the concept in their heads. The traces of a group ideology, our superstructure, to put it in Marxist terms.
All right. Go on.
Right. So anyway, at some point the enemy started calling me Sharashka.
Nope.
This was after the war in Afghanistan broke out. While I was keeping an eye on you in that hospital, I was also heading up interrogations here. The men I broke gave up their comrades and families, everything they wanted to protect them most. No real cause for it. I just let myself get caught up in the old Russian pride. And suddenly I received the honor of becoming Special Interrogation Advisor to the forced labor camps. But the more men I interrogated, the more people saw me as just that, the interrogator. It helped cover my real objective of keeping you safe.
You went that far for me?
Far enough to keep you alive. I ended up being pretty well known among the Afghan guerrillas. Some of them would have seen me on the battlefield, and that's how I got the second half of the name. Shashka. It's a sword, a type of saber from the Caucasus. Russian dragoons and Cossacks carried them into battle. Now, the Russian Empire had a general by the name of Fyodor Arturovich Keller. His bravery earned him the nickname Russia's Greatest Shashka. Someone must have known about that, because somewhere along the line, Shashka got stuck on the end of Sharashka. The guerrillas were using the name amongst themselves, and by the time I got to hearing about it, pronunciation had wound up as Shalashashka.
So, half Gulag, half Hero Sword. Is a perfect fit.
But you see how rumors and ideas about people can get out of hand fast. Once you create a character and put it out there in public mind, it warps and twists with every baseless rumor. And before you know it, all people see are phantoms. In my case, it works out just fine. I'm plenty used to working under aliases.
So Salt 2 still hasn't gone into effect.
That treaty was drawn up to limit not just the size of the U.S. and Soviet Union's nuclear arsenals, but also their delivery systems. The whole deal. Just when we thought all those years of negotiations had paid off, somebody decides to invade Afghanistan. The timing couldn't have been worse.
The president was in the middle of the SALT II talks back then.
You mean while you were busy trying to stop Peace Walker? I heard. President Ford was meeting with the General Secretary in Vladivostok. In his absence, the political brass in America detected what they didn't realize was false nuclear launch data from Peace Walker, and were on the verge of ordering a retaliatory nuclear strike.
Coleman's big idea? Humans are incapable of destroying themselves. Turns out he never knew what humans are capable of.
If that AI, the boss, hadn't found a way to stop the fake data transmission, they probably would have gone ahead with the launch.
Deterrence was revealed as the pipe dream it was.
All thanks to you. And her. The U.S.-Soviet talks looked set to fall through. What
Do I
happened in
ever
Nicaragua
stay
no
away,
doubt
Fuzzy?
helped trigger a change of heart. But in the end,
I just really like this
Times to
game.
find the politics. When you've grabbed their tail, they turn and bite your hand.
I first met you 20 years ago now. The place was Selenoyarsk in the Soviet Union. We were enemies. I was with the GRU. You were still fighting for America. 1964. Operation Snake Eater. Its objective? The assassination of the legendary soldier known as the Boss. When you returned
The game
home
Snake Eater.
successful, they awarded you the title Big Boss. Your CO, Zero, sought to carry on the boss's will by covertly establishing his own organization. You knew the original members from Operation Snake Eater. From America, there was David O, or as he was to you, Major Zero. Donald Anderson, aka Sigint, Dr. Clark, who went by paramedic during the operation, and the fourth, you. From China, there was Eva, and me, Ocelot, from the Soviet Union. 6 in total. To us, government notions of friend and foe were meaningless. As were East and West, we joined forces by our will alone. Our objective was to fulfill the boss's dying wish, to make the world one. And to do it, Zero used the Philosopher's Legacy, the secret war fund you obtained during Operation Snake Eater. This organization would go on to become Cypher. I, on the other hand, was left with the problem. You only recovered half of the legacy. I had to locate the other half myself. When I found the funds, I passed them on to Zero, just as you wanted.
I still trusted him in those days.
We thought what he was doing was the boss's will, until he started that one project.
Les enfants terribles, Zero called it.
You parted ways, as did Eva, leaving only Anderson and Clark still with him. I maintained limited contact, although truth be told, we were just keeping tabs on one another. The reason was always you. After you returned to the Army and created Foxhound, you left America. For a time, even I'd lost track of you. I'd imagine Zero did too. You always were the best when it came to hide and seek. Zero created Cypher, an information network to tap into every corner of the globe. Woven together, Cypher's arteries make the world just one big organism. And that's not all. It also monitors the thorn in Zero's side. That's you, tracking your coordinates wherever you might go. The further you strayed from your roots, the larger Zero became. It's as if he was trying to close the gap between you. But before long, he disappeared from public life. Only a few people had direct contact with him. For a time, I was one of them. Then a year after you fell into your coma, he slipped out of sight entirely. Since then, nothing. No photos, no recordings, not even a reliable rumor as to his whereabouts. I tried every method I could think of, but Zero was gone. Freed of his control, his creation, his power continued to grow. Cypher is a great beast, and Zero
It's gonna
was
seem
its
confusing
spine.
here in a second.
But even without him, it's endured, evolved. But now its body is rotting. Parasites. Parasites like the ones who attacked you 9 years ago in the Caribbean, and then at the hospital. Cypher's Black Ops Unit, XOF. They learned where you were, and came to wipe the slate clean.
Alright, so this is where viewers are going to get severely confused. See, Ocelot thinks that the snake in front of him is Solid Snake. It is not. The man from the hospital was. So what happened is Snake faked his own death and gave control to Venom, thinking that would have been the best way to I guess you could say persevere the legacy of the Diamond Dogs. And unfortunately, that wasn't the case. What he ended up doing was pretty much I'll change that in a minute. Instead, he brought the world on the brink of extinction. So then, when Metal Gear Solid started back in early 90s, that was the return of Solid Snake. So, in a way, this is their way of showing how the villain of Metal Gear Solid came to be. It's all real confusing, and to be fair, Kojima had no saying how that was done. That was all Konami, and well, that's started World War III inside the place. I might be able to put a suppressor on that thing here in a minute. Sam, you have the worst fucking luck of any human I've ever seen in my life. A pouncing wallaby. Unfortunately, we're just gonna have to do that.
Please select a
Alright,
mission.
mission goes
Mission
way.
exciting to Afghanistan.
Yeah, our Sam. I guess somebody stole the license plate off his rig. Last night. And mind you, he's been at a obviously you know he moved. So he was just telling me that I guess the Wyoming Highway Patrol showed up at his dad's house last night, and his I think it was his sister. It was either his sister or his ex. And yeah. He's got the fucking look of the goddamn Irish. Anyway, that's the sneaking suit that makes me practically invisible at night.
Deploying.
But yes, our Sam, who has the worst luck on the planet. Even when he's out of the fucking state, he's in trouble. For those of you wondering, I did in fact deactivate my Facebook for a while. I'm trying to focus on writing and reviewing and all that other fun, happy horse shit. And Facebook's kind of getting in the way of that. I do have my messenger for those that really need to message me for whatever reason.
Your target is a Spetsnaz detachment commander. Your orders are to take him
AKA
out.
Fuzzy.
With skills like his, it'd be a shame to waste him. But I'll leave the method up to you. Boss, make your way to Dishago Calais and eliminate the target.
Fuzzy's about the only one I really fucking answer these days, other than a few close friends.
Be careful down there, boss.
I'll probably just walk this. Actually, you know what? Come here, horse.
We can use compounds from plants to make medicine.
Yeah,
more
that
poison
is
for
you.
use in
Fuzzy, are you gonna want to
weapons
do
department. Take a
both
look at the
Gears and
plans
Far
list
Cry
on
or
your
just Gears
iDroid to see
today?
which ones we need. Then go find them if you get the chance. It'll keep the staff happy, too.
I mean, I'm was kind of looking forward to playing both, but you know, I'm down for whatever. Truth be told, they want both. They find our fucking Far Cry antics hilarious. I mean, the original plan was, you know, record an episode of Gears for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. You know, not trying to burn through the Gears campaign, trying to take our time with it. And then switch over. But it is whatever you want to do, my dude. If you want to do Gears for a while, then more power to you. You know me and Gears, we're like white on rice, honey and wine. Okay. Diamond.
Those are raw diamonds. Collecting them as assets will raise our GMP.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. You have arrived at your destination.
You've arrived at the objective. Your target should be somewhere in that outpost. And don't forget, he has a Spetsnaz recon detail with him. Keep your guard up. Is that him? Take a good look at their faces so we can ID the targets. A portable toilet. If you're gonna hide inside, watch the enemy doesn't decide to use it. Same goes for hiding downed enemies in it.
I do have a plan, it's just whether or not I can do it correctly or not. As you've noticed, this is tactical espionage, so there is Fair amount of stealth involved. I'm gonna circle around the back here. I don't know if this would be your type of game. I mean, I know you like shooting and whatnot. I don't know how you really feel about, you know, stealth and hide and recon fun happy shit. There is, you know, a definite amount of shooting involved and all that other fun stuff. I don't know, Fuzzy, you tell me. Would this be a game that you'd interested in playing with me, or doing yourself? Do you want to see more of it? You are the only viewer in here, my dude. Your opinion does matter.
So when sandstorms come in, sandstorms effectively make you blind and deaf. But that goes for the enemy too. Use the situation to your advantage.
I know that. I'm saying, is this a game that you want to see me do more of? Because I am planning on doing a completionist run with this thing. Or at least close to it, which means, you know, all the side ops. There is actual after game stuff. Oh my god, I fucking hate you. You have one fucking job, you nerf herder. That's the side I normally come in at. If this goes right. Final one.
Out of ammo? Let the support unit help out if you need to restock. Transmit a request from your iDroid and I'll send supplies right away.
Because essentially I'm about to make them blind, deaf, and stupid.
Either destroy that or turn it off to shut off all the lights and surveillance cameras in the outpost. But of course, the enemy will realize something's up. If you're gonna do it, be quick. Those materials have already been processed. It may not be much, but we can use them straight away if you bring them back to base. That's the target. Boss, I gotta say it would be a waste to kill him. But putting him to sleep doesn't count as eliminating him. Neither does knocking him out.
ЛКП, понял. Внимание всем постам. Противники где-то прячутся. Найти их. Конец связи.
Target secured. I'll tell the client we sent the target to a place outside of heaven. Boss, your objective's complete. Exfiltrate out of the hot zone by chopper or on land. Don't hang around.
Зона 1, ЛКП. Открыть подавляющий минометный огонь по противнику. Прием! Это зона 1! Он понял! Подготовка к минометному огню! Конец связи!
Please select a landed support helicopter
Roger.
requested.
КП, Дмитрий, потерял противника из вида. Ищу последние точки соприкосновения. Прием! ЛКП, понял.
Essentially that makes them blind, deaf, and stupid to everything going on. One of the main reasons why I only come in here at night. But as I do more night ops, they get smarter. They start bringing their own NVGs. They start bringing in thermal. They adapt.
Exfiltrated
You can't let them follow you. Throw off the enemies on your tail first.
Смотрю, недалеко. Будьте Конец связи. Стоп. Это КП. Подразделал сразу.
All right, the coast is clear. Mission complete.
Все еще в сердце поблизости.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Development project has been added.
Mission complete. Great work.
I might have been able to handle that better, who knows. Normally I keep everything suppressed.
How you feeling, boss? Getting used to being in the field again? Having choppers and
No.
a horse at your disposal is indispensable for operating in the wilds of Afghanistan. I've gone ahead and arranged for you to be able to develop and customize weaponry for support choppers. And you can also develop new equipment for D-Horse if you like. Use your iDroid to start development as needed.
I smell cheeseburgers.
Remember the guys you brought back from the base in Cuba 9 years ago? Believe it or not, some of them survived that hell we went through. Word reached them that Big Boss is back and they wanted in. They're good men, our brothers in fate. They'll be glad to know you've seen them here.
Okay, that's Fuzzy, if you're listening. Hideo Kojima. It's a Easter egg that he put in for himself. Silent Mastodon. Oh, Ma's making her burgers. I can smell it.
Side ops list
The
updated.
side ops list is comprised of problems we need you to resolve. Objectives to be completed, and information gained from the soldiers and prisoners you've extracted. These aren't missions per se, but if you can take care of them when you're free, I'd appreciate it.
I need to get that interpreter. But that'll be next time. I'm going to be prepping for Fuzzy's arrival. I will talk to you tomorrow, stream. Tune in for more Phantom Pain.